One trend that occurred over the course of the pandemic was home remodeling. People were isolating, stuck inside the same house for longer periods of time. This created a desire to redecorate. UI7 Live reporter Manu Ferreira is in studio with more.
These past 2 years have been harsh for homeowners and housing businesses. The increasing demand and supply chain problems created backlogs and material shortage, especially the ones that come from overseas. In some places, delivery can be delayed for weeks or even months.
We expected our kitchen renovation to take 2 months, but due to lack of product availability and shipping delays, our kitchen renovation took 9 months.
Calibu is one of the thousands of Americans who wanted to renovate their houses during the pandemic. She and her family moved to Mahomet in June of 2021, but the renovation only started in September.
When we ordered the cabinets, it took about 3 months to get the cabinets in, so that was expected. But when the cabinets arrived, they didn't have any doors. So then there was another delay to wait for the doors. Luckily, we didn't have to order many appliances because that was going to be a whole other problem.
The reason behind the shortage of furniture and appliances is that during lockdown, people spent more time at home and realized they wanted to renew it. The increasing demand meant factories and ports around the world being shut down, which delayed production and shrunk supplies.
Demand's been up significantly in our business and in pretty much all home businesses, whether it's flooring or lighting, electronics, appliances, they've all been in high demand. People are spending a lot more time at home. They want to refresh.
Where you used to be able to get an appliance within a week or so, sometimes even less than that, now it's not unusual to see a 3-month back order status. So yeah, it's been very difficult for sure. Higher demand, less product to sell, so creates a problem.
So far, it's uncertain when the market is going back to normal. Clients will have to be patient for a little longer.
Some people would say this would be our new normal, which I hope that they're wrong about that for sure, but I don't know. It really hasn't gotten that much better since it started getting bad. So
I can see some improvements starting to happen, but I still think that we have at least another year before it gets any better.
In some stores, people who need to buy a piece of furniture or a couch, for example, still have to wait for weeks or even months until they receive it. Even though manufacturers are returning to their standard production, some items are still taking longer to be delivered. It varies from company to company.
I just sourced a pretty high-end stove, and it's going to be 6 months. So that's still a really long lead time. There are, of course, other companies out there that they can get much quicker. So it kind of just depends on people's wants and needs.
Special orders, depending upon the company, are running from 11 weeks to 13 months.
Stores and contractors say that at the beginning, it was hard to meet client expectations when it comes to delivery time. Some people felt frustrated and didn't handle that quite well.
It was really hard to foresee all of the issues that we would have. From businesses that we work with and that we source our materials from, they would give us one timeline and it could change.
I definitely saw a huge shift in attitude, there's no question about that. But I think that has kind of eased off there towards the last couple of years. I think that people are experiencing that not only with appliances but with almost everything, and so there's a little more understanding.
You try to be patient and understanding of COVID, but when your kitchen is torn up for months at a time, it does get really frustrating. And right now we're just so happy that it's done.
It's important to highlight that not all stores are dealing with this issue. Some of them, especially the local ones, have products in stock or can custom make items for clients. So the best way to get renovations done is shopping around before closing the deal. Back to you, Amanda.